What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Wonder Woman issue number 798. This is also part of the Lazarus Planet Revenge of the Gods tie-in. Why they called it Lazarus Planet is beyond me, because that storyline pretty much ended, but I mean, you get the point. I got this issue and one more left, and then I'm done with this event, and then I could pretty much take a breather from covering Wonder Woman on the channel, because like I said, the only reason I did it was because it was Lazarus Planet and I wanted to cover it, and yeah, that's the sole purpose for it all. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this issue. I don't have too much to say. I will say this one's written by Becky Clooney and Michael W. Conrad. The artwork is actually quite good for the most issue. I think Diana and everything looks pretty good in this issue. So you have Becky Clooney and Michael W. Conrad, artists. Amanke, no, I can't pronounce that, I apologize. But basically, this is the Reckoning. Last issue, we found out Ares was the mysterious figure. Everyone's here, ready to do their part to stop this whole big epic war between the gods and all that. But most of them end up just kind of standing around while Hera does her thing, unless they're fighting in the background. It's kind of hard to tell. But it's Wonder Woman versus Hera, and it's this big, huge, epic battle, and Diana kind of gets beaten down. But then Mary sacrifices her powers to Diana, which helps her ascend into godhood and divinity, I suppose, even though for whatever reasons. And then Steve Trevor's kind of there too. Something happens with him, and then eventually, like I said, Wonder Woman shows up getting a new Shazam inspired costume, and I gotta say, this costume looks dope. I mean, just the white and the gold, it looks beautiful. And she gets into this thing, and we get kind of ready for the big epic battle. Like, all right, here we go. How's this all going to turn out? The big conclusion to Lazarus Planet, Wonder Woman, this, and then we get the epilogue, the backup, I should say, or whatever, and about Mary, because like I said, how does she get her powers back? Well, we kind of already answered that, so we basically skip ahead, which I think is a terrible idea, to place this part of the story right after that big cliffhanger. You're like, we're getting ready for the big conclusion, and then you just jump ahead, and it's like, oh, I already got the powers, this is already kind of wrapped up. Why would you do that? It's the most clueless placement of a story I think I've seen in forever. Why not include this as the backup in Lazarus Planet, the final part, as the epilogue? Why does this need to be in Wonder Woman? You just teased this big battle between Wonder Woman and Hera, and now you're kind of already skipped ahead, so I already know the results. Like, what's the point in it? Yeah, I know solicitations and other storylines are coming up, but to place this at the end after you're teasing, all right, what's going to happen next? Oh, we've already kind of skipped ahead with this epilogue here. What is the purpose of it? Just the placement of it just baffles me. Why not have this in another issue, or just not include it this issue and then save it for the next issue of Wonder Woman? Because you just end it right there on this cliffhanger. You got the right thing. It's ready for the big final battle to be concluded. But oh, wait a minute. No, we already got the epilogue here. So you just kind of just negated it all. Like, okay, we just kind of already spoiled a lot of the stuff that kind of happens. Wonder Woman definitely is going to win in some fashion. You know, I know she is, but it's just the placement of it that just kind of baffles me. But yeah, so Mary Marvel's going to get some sort of new powers, not quite Shazam related, and which is cool. I mean, I like Mary Marvel. Definitely liked her in the new Shazam movie, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just the placement that kind of baffles me. I don't like how pretty much everyone else here just is kind of useless. But maybe they'll be useful in the next issue. But I like Wonder Woman's new suit. Her fusing with Shazam's powers sounds pretty cool. So we'll see where that goes from there. But I'm excited that we're going to get to the end of this thing, and then that way I can just kind of move on from Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods. But just the placement of that backup just kind of annoyed me, because you had something going with this mostly action-packed issue, and then you kind of just give it away. You just give it away before we get to the next issue, and that's kind of annoying to me. Just the placement of that backup right there. Again, if they save that for the next issue, okay, that's fine. That's a bit of an epilogue, but placing it right after just you're teasing this big conclusion of the story, and then you already have the epilogue right before it. It's like, no, go back. I didn't want to see this. So, I don't know. That kind of frustrated me reading this thing, because you just gave it away without us getting to the conclusion of the story first. But I don't know, it's kind of an annoying a thing that kind of takes away from the issue for me personally. I mean, I'm sure its placement in another story would be fine, but just kind of having it here right after that cliffhanger, like you're about to get to this big final conclusion and then already skipping ahead, it cuts the story's legs from underneath it, if you will. That's an annoying, frustrating thing on my part. But yeah, and then I guess everyone else kind of just doing nothing this issue, so that's the other thing. Maybe they're doing something in the background. I don't know. It's Wonder Woman versus Hera. She's going to probably kick the crap out of her, which will be cool to see. I like the new costume. I like that it is mostly action-packed, so that's good. But I think just placing that back up right where it was is just... It just boggles my mind why that was placed there. It's just, why would you do that? I question sometimes with DC Comics. But anyways, so if you're into Wonder Woman, are you enjoying this story? Are you going to be glad when Lazarus Planet is officially over all the tie-in stuff? I know I am going to be. But yeah, so at least there's some cool action, some good artwork, but just the placement of that just confused the hell out of me. Why would you do that? So I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it. Not much else to say. I got some more videos coming up this week. I know I'm a little behind, but this will be the last in terms of the comic book reviews for this week. And then next week will come up and we'll be good to go with some more stuff. So if you have any thoughts, post them down below. As always, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, all the other fun stuff. Take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.